What's worse is my husband still kissed me goodbye after sleeping with my closest friend repeatedly. I was standing in the laundry room at 2:04 a.m. holding one of my husband's dress shirts when my phone lit up with a photo I thought was sent by mistake. It was blurry, obviously taken fast, but I recognized both of them immediately anyway. My husband, Nolan, was sitting inside Murphy's bar with his hand between my best friend Ava's thighs under the table. The timestamp in the corner said 43 minutes earlier. I remember staring at the detergent cap in my other hand, while the washer beeped behind me because my brain honestly refused to understand what I was looking at. Nolan had kissed me goodbye before leaving for what he called late inventory work at the hardware store. Ava texted me goodnight around 11 with a heart emoji and told me she missed our weekend coffee plans. I kept zooming into the picture hoping it would somehow become less real. I called Nolan 3 times and he ignored every call. Then Ava answered on the first ring, sounding half asleep until I told her I saw the photo. The silence lasted so long I could hear traffic through her window. She finally whispered, "Who sent it?" which told me everything before she admitted anything. I drove to Murphy's wearing pajama shorts, my old college hoodie, and wet hair from the shower I'd taken 20 minutes earlier. The bartender looked uncomfortable the second I walked in because apparently everyone there already knew except me. Nolan followed me outside before I even reached their booth. He kept saying my name quietly like I might calm down if he stayed gentle enough. I asked him how long it had been happening and he said, "It depends what counts." I think that sentence damaged something permanently inside me. The affair started in February during the weekends Ava came over to help us renovate our kitchen. I remember specific details now that make me feel stupid. The way Nolan suddenly volunteered for grocery runs whenever Ava stayed late. How she stopped talking about the men she dated. How both of them became weirdly careful around me at the same time. Nolan eventually admitted they slept together the first night I stayed overnight with my mother after her surgery. He said they were drinking wine while painting cabinets and crossed boundaries. After that, it became regular enough that Ava kept a toothbrush hidden behind our guest bathroom towels. I actually found it once and Nolan convinced me it belonged to his cousin visiting from Milwaukee. I apologized to him for accusing him of lying. The part I can't stop replaying is how normal they acted while I slowly lost my mind thinking our marriage problems were somehow my fault. Nolan still rubbed my shoulders while I cooked dinner. Ava still sat beside me during movie nights, pretending everything was fine. 2 weeks ago, the 3 of us drove to IKEA together laughing about how bad Nolan was at assembling furniture. Later that same night, they slept together in my guest room while I took melatonin and passed out early upstairs after a 12-hour shift at the veterinary clinic. Ava admitted that part crying hysterically on my kitchen floor while Nolan stared out the window saying almost nothing. He finally confessed he tried ending it 3 separate times but kept going back because Ava understood parts of him I didn't anymore. Hearing that from someone who shared a mortgage and a dog with me felt physically disgusting. Ava moved out of her apartment yesterday because her boyfriend found out too. Nolan is staying with his brother until we figure out the divorce paperwork. Tonight I cleaned out the guest bathroom and found her pink razor still shoved behind the towels exactly where she left it. I sat on the edge of the tub holding it longer than I should have. Outside, somebody in the parking lot kept locking their car over and over, that sharp beep echoing through the window while I cried harder than I did the night I caught them. I think part of me still misses both of them, which feels humiliating to admit. 8 years with Nolan and 13 with Ava disappeared so quietly that sometimes I still expect one of them to text me something ordinary like, "Pick up creamer on your way home." Instead, the apartment just stays silent now, except for the dog pacing room to room looking for people who aren't coming back anymore.